Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's that time, and it's your man, Jelani JB Bodie, host of this thing called The Wait a Minute Show on the Two Live Stews Radio Network, and it is hump night, but it is a little bit different hump night. Little love is in the air, spreading around. We're going to spread it around tonight. Love and basketball is what we're going to get into tonight. So me, you, Lopan, and anybody else that want to get in here, get in with us, and we're going to get this thing started. Know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Faro, Jaro.
Keep that shit 100 Ben Frank, you know what I'm saying? Want you shotgun, ride with me, you know what I'm saying? Walk around with words, money talk, you know what I'm saying? I say you my shout get what I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm something like a pizza, I got salt, you know what I'm saying? May I take you all I have served, you know what I'm saying? If you get to tripping, we Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying? I say I'm a dot, don't need a vet, you know what I'm saying? I really can rap, I'm like Christmas, you know what I'm saying? I'm rapping this gift, money riding like it need a lift. Keep that shit 100 mouth like jeans, how we keep them zipped. Headed for the top, now I DA to try to make it tilt. I got all the sauces, you ain't bought if you ain't took a lot. I remember you were like a mommy, you ain't even talk. Now shit done chain, now I got some chain, now I bought some chain, now you want a chain, no don't chain like fake gold. Green like that's gold. Don't fuck with you, don't ask you know. I might be blowing up C4, and I be going in front door. Keep that shit 100 Ben Frank, you know what I'm saying? Want you shotgun, ride with me, you know what I'm saying? Walk around with words, money talk, you know what I'm saying? I say you my shout get what I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm something like a pizza, I got salt, you know what I'm saying? May I take you all I have served, you know what I'm saying? If you get to tripping, we Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying? I say I'm a dot, don't need a vet, you know what I'm saying? Keep that shit 100 Ben Frank, you know what I'm saying? Want you shotgun, ride with me, you know what I'm saying? Walk around with words, money talk, you know what I'm saying? I say you my shelter, get what I got, you know what I'm saying? I really got balls like Verizon, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool and I'm high, take a get, I'm a ceiling fan. I march with them bands, a parade, you don't understand. I get in between the talking money, that's a middleman. I wrap around money, plus I'm holding. Rubber band, 223 for the Cal, Draco, Pakistan. The club make a square for my circle. Pac-Man, she gon' make me eat up her little circle, Mrs. Pac-Man. You know what I'm saying? I say it, who got Skittles? Ain't talking money, LOA or Riddle. You nigga blowing noise, that's a fiddle. You nigga blowing noise, that's a fiddle. Keep that shit 100 Ben Frank, you know what I'm saying? Want you shotgun, ride with me, you know what I'm saying? Walk around with words, money talk, you know what I'm saying? I say you my shout get what I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm something like a pizza, I got salt, you know what I'm saying? May I take you all I have served, you know what I'm saying? If you get to tripping, we Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying? I say I'm a dot, don't need a vet, you know what I'm saying?
It's the Wait a Minute Show.
This is a podcast.
Indeed. It's the Wait a Minute Show.
Hold up. Wait a minute, show. JD Bodie, that's my bro. Wait a minute, show. My man Pan is on the low. Wait a minute, show. JD Bodie, that's my bro. Wait a minute, show. My man Pan is on the low. Coming straight out of Flake, Michigan. JB Bodie is him again. 2 times Wednesday, Saturday. Show make you wanna sing Donny Hathaway. Facebook Live, Spreaker.com. It's the Wait a Minute Show, fan. Man, we drop bombs as we proceed. Just tune in, no need to take a feed. Hanging with the stews. JB, that's my dude. And I don't mean to be rude, but these other shows lame like eating prunes. Facebook got you tweaking. Speakers, eardrums bleeding. JB got what you need. My man Lopez saying yes indeed. Go to thewaitamminuteshow.com to follow all episodes.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? What is going on tonight? It is your man, Jelani JB Bodie, host of this thing called The Wait a Minute Show. I am back in the building once again. Feels like it's been a while. It's been a week, actually. It's been 1 week from today, or as of last week today, that I was on the air. Obviously, you know, if you were listening to last week's show, I told you I wasn't going to do a Saturday show because I had a little bit of a little special event, you know, going down, which I'll get into a little bit later in the show, let you know how that went. But your man, Jelani JB Bodie, attended his first annual father-daughter dance. Yes. So I'll be going into that tonight. So we'll get a little bit off, you know, the sports topic a little bit, and I'll tell you how that went, and very interesting to say the least. You know, it's me here, you know, just wacky things happen, you know, when I'm out, but we'll get into that. Tonight's show, of course, is titled Love and Basketball, so we're coming to you Valentine's Day night, or whatever you want to call it, Valentine's night. So some folks probably will be signing off early from this show. We all know why. We all know, you know, when. You're going to be looking at your clock and you're going to be like, oh, it's that time. It is that time. You know, but be careful out there. I am not assuming any responsibilities for what happens tonight or into the early mornings. All I'm saying is October, we will be doing a special Wait a Minute Show baby shower sports show. Because let's just be honest, somebody is you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Tonight, some people going to be signing off early. I already know. I'm just honest. I hate it. I wish you could stick around the whole time, but I know what it is. I know what to expect. So, ladies and gentlemen, whatever it is that you're going to do, just make sure you're safe. Because, again, I don't want to accept any responsibilities for what's going on. But other than that, we got a lot of other stuff. I got a special guest coming on tonight right at 9:30. So we're going to make sure or see if we can get a hold of him. A lot of people do not know this gentleman, but after tonight, I think you will remember him. And he's an Eagles fan, and it's not fish the microwave. I got another Eagles fan that you guys got to hear this story, you know, about this guy, Gerard Timms. You know, we'll get to that also. So it's very interesting, this brother's story, and we'll talk about that around about the 9:30 mark for tonight's show. NBA All-Star game is coming up on Sunday, but it's All-Star weekend, so we know it's going to be a lot of other stuff, dunk competition, three-point, you know, the Rising Star Challenge and all that stuff, Team LeBron versus Team Steph, you know, and all that. So we got that. I didn't get a chance because the trade deadline actually was the following day after last week's show. So, you know, the Cavs made moves, so I got a lot to talk about that, and the Colts made a move, and they got themselves a coach. So we'll get into that as well. So we got a lot of stuff, you know, on the plate that we're going to cover, in addition to some other things. You know, if you got some stuff that's in the chat room that you want to talk about, because this show is broadcasting live right now. So, again, it is your man, Jelani JB Bodie, host of this thing called the Wait a Minute Show on the Two Live Stews Radio Network. And I cannot go any further without mentioning my man, Lopan, who's in the building. For the time being, Lopan has told me he will be leaving early. Right, Lopan? Indeed. Yeah, so at least he gave me the head up. You know, he just walk out, you know, chuck the deuce to me. You know, that's what Lopan did to me last year. You know, he chucked me the deuce, and I said, Lopan, where you going? You know, and he said, indeed. And I knew what that meant. He said, he got to get out. It's somebody, you know, that he got to go see. So, hey, it is what it is. I understand, Lopan, you know, do you? But again, do not blame me for any of your actions tonight or in the early mornings. I am not assuming any responsibility for that. So, but again, Valentine's Day, hopefully a lot of people had a good day. I mean, Valentine's Day for me is not really that big of a thing because, I think, every day is Valentine. Every day is love day. You hear me on this show always talking about tell somebody you love them and everything. So, it's to me, it's not just another day, but, it's a day, where you can, just really spread that love, and somebody maybe spread it back. So hopefully everyone has had a great Valentine's Day, if you had a Valentine's or if you don't, because you can love yourself just as much as someone can love you, so you don't need a Valentine just to celebrate Valentine. Love yourself, because that's where it starts. You got to love yourself before someone else can love you. And we're going to move on from the love part. That's going to take care of itself. And we're going to get into some of these topics. Now, one of the topics I want to get into, I was going to do it last week, but I want to give the Eagles and the Eagles fans and whoever else wanted to talk about the Eagles, I want to give them, the entire week, to get that out of their system and everything and talk about that portion of football before I got into, the other portions of football. So I told y'all I would do this. And again, if you're just tuning in, make sure you stay for the entire show, but make sure you're around for the 9:30 mark because we're going to talk to an Eagles fan, Super Eagles fan, Gerard Timms, a.k.a. GT. It's going to be very interesting. But I want to give you my review of the division picks. So if you've been listening to this show for quite a while, before the NFL season had started, I went through all the divisions and I basically gave you where I thought these teams, were all finished from last place to first place in their division. And I, going through looking at, draft and who they had, free agents and everything, I came with, these picks and people like Mo Cabela, because I was out there, saying, book it, for some of these things. So they keep track of this. But I said, after the season is done, I'm going to go back and we'll have a discussion, not a long discussion, but a quick discussion, about how all that panned out. So that's what we'll talk about right now because it's off-season mode for the NFL, but it's really not off-season mode. They do a very good job of keeping themselves relevant and keeping themselves in the news, even during the off-season because, they time it right. You got things as the combine, then you had the senior bowl and all that stuff, East West Shrine game and all that, but then you had the combine that's coming up, then the draft, and then and we'll be right back into football season before we know it. So they do a good job. So off season stuff we're going to talk about again. My review of my division picks. We're going to go through those really fast and really quick, because we don't need to harp on it because the Eagles are the champs, and that's really the most important part. But here we go. Let's just do it this way. I started off with the AFC West, and of course the AFC West is the Broncos, the Chargers, the Oakland Raiders, and the Kansas City Chiefs, okay? So I went through and I said Denver was going to finish last. The Chargers would finish third. KC would finish second and Oakland would win the division. Well, how it actually turned out, I started off well. Denver did finish last place. A lot of people were surprised when I put Denver finishing last place because they looked at their defense and they were just like, no, this defense is so strong, even with a quarterback like Brock Osweiler or Trevor Siemian or anything like that, this defense should still have them challenging for the division. And then Trevor Siemian got off to a good start. So I was looking, kind of suspect on that, but I wasn't. They fell off. They finished last, but it got a little ugly then because actually after Denver in third place was Oakland. I had them finishing first, and the Chargers, they finished second, which the Chargers did pretty good for the circumstances that they were in. Now, they lost some games that they shouldn't have lost, but for being basically in no man's land in Los Angeles and you're not selling out stadium that has 30,000 capacity, they did pretty good. And Kansas City finished first in the division.